Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here. Brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
It's time for Veterans Issues, the show that brings you information about veterans, military, and their families. Now here's your host, Ken Rollins.
Welcome to Veterans Issues. Ken Rollins here, and we are brought to you by the red, white, and blue. Today we're going to be talking about a lot about the red, white, and blue. Our guest, first guest is Steve Stevens. He's on here to talk about the Veterans Day Parade. And then right after him, we got another guest on here that's going to talk about another event on the same day, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So get you a pen. Be right back. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. Ken Rollins here, and we're going to talk today about Veterans Day. Got a couple events coming on. The first one, we're going to talk about the folks that are with the Calhoun County Veterans Organization that puts the parade together every year. Welcome to the show, Steve Stevens, and not that Steve Stevens.
Right.
The other one.
Thank you very much.
There's the Steve Stevens with hair.
Right.
Steve, we want to talk about November the 11th, the Veterans Day program. It starts at 2 o'clock, right after we have our ceremony in the park at 11. At 2 o'clock, your parade begins. Now, tell me about all that and how you get in it. And
Okay, anybody can be in the parade.
Anybody?
That wants to be. The only thing we ask is they fill out a entry form and get it to us. There's several places you can get it to us. One of them is the American Legion Post 26 at 515 East 18th Street in Anniston.
that's down there right at the foot of the field behind Stringfellow.
Yes.
And right next to the Chink Lot Stadium,
Yes.
right?
That's right. And we meet there on the second Monday every month until October. And starting in October, we meet every Monday night at 7 o'clock to discuss the parade and what we're going to be doing in the parade. And then we get our applications in, put them in a book, and where they read the entries at the stage there on Noble Street.
Do you, when you get those entries, your committee sets up in what order they go in like that?
Yes.
Tell me something. You don't put the horses up front, do you?
No.
One year somebody did, and my bagpipe player was walking for about 20 feet, and then he ended up riding with me because horses always leave a
Yes,
signature up there. So
that's
somebody
right.
don't ever put the horses in the front. Somebody in the back with a pooper scooper, right? That's how
Right.
you do. When y'all meet, you do the lineup order. When do people find out what order they're in?
When the day of the parade, they meet up around the Anniston Meeting Center, and then right across the street at the admin building at the west end at that parking lot, they sign in there and they get their number and everything.
Okay.
And then they're sent to the street to the block captain, and the block captain puts them in the order of their number.
Okay. This is the first year in a while I'm gonna be in the parade, but I got to figure how I can get from Centennial over there. But I'll work that out. That's for me to do. Now, when you're having your meetings down at the American Legion, can anybody come in there? Is that open to the public?
Yes, it's open to the public. Anybody that wants to help put on the parade is more than welcome to come in and be in the Calhoun County Veterans Organization.
That's where I was going, because there's a lot of jobs to put on a parade. One year, I had a group of people, I was one of a group of people that was going to put on the parade, and we have 6 people sitting at the table, and we had 7 different ideas of how we do a certain thing. So it came to a point that I said, okay, we'll see you, I'll send you out a message when we need to meet again. Never did need to meet again, because I went on then, I had the permit, and I put the parade on, and we had one heck of a parade. We had a great parade, and General Orton, I remember, the commander of the Fort McClellan says, we'll support you every year doing this. But I decided not to do it anymore. And the reason I did might surprise you. I found that I had worked so hard for so long to put that parade on for myself as a veteran. You know, I was giving myself a parade
Right.
along with other veterans, but why should veterans do the parade? Now, a lot of you guys are veterans that's giving yourself a parade.
That's
Giving-
right. Our chairman, Linda Peters, is not a veteran.
Oh, yeah.
And
she
she's
is.
she's the one that really heads up the committee and everything, and
Yeah.
she does a fantastic job.
Let me say that a lot of people know her as Linda Pegg from years ago,
Right.
now Linda Peters. Linda and I worked together on the Desert Storm parades, whatever. And she went over to Iraq and served in Iraq herself as a civilian contractor and suffered some of the same things that the veterans do from the burning pits and things like that. So she's not a veteran per se, but she is a veteran. And but my point was that you know, like the Birmingham parade put together by individuals.
Right.
The National Veterans Day in Birmingham is put together by a roofing company guy. Wouldn't it be nice if we had businesses and entities such as the chambers and people like that and councils that would come forward and help in putting it together, sponsor it, and help with a little bit of that?
That would help a lot.
Because, you know, the flags, if anybody bought any flags lately, y'all buy the flags.
Yeah, we buy
Pass
the
out.
flag. We buy the flags to pass out. We generally get about 16 gross to pass out,
Yeah.
and at the end of the parade, we're down to a bare minimum number.
I know that, and it's expensive because there's things that you got to do, the papers and stuff like that, and some is postage and mailing and stuff that incidentals that you have to do put together such a deal as that.
Right, and it's a lot of hard work, and I guess if the veterans didn't do it, we wouldn't have a parade.
My point, yeah.
And we want to put on a parade to honor all the veterans. It doesn't matter which branches of service they served in or whatever. The parade is for the veterans, even though veterans are the ones that organize it and put it on every year.
Well, we have Veterans Day, November the 11th every year. It's a great day to mark off the calendar. Now this year, with our next guest, we're going to talk about a whole day of veterans issues and things that we're going to do. But if we can't take a little time, one time a year to go down. Now we do Memorial Day. We remember those who have passed,
Right.
the casualties. This is a day for the veterans to if you walk up to somebody, I appreciate your service. I appreciate. If you stand on that parade route, if you just stand on the parade route on the side and waving at the veterans as they go by, you have shook every hand and patted every back when you just show up in your presence there.
That's right.
All right, I got a minute left. I need you to tell me everything I need to know that I've left out.
Okay, on the parade, we have entry forms, and there's several places you can get them. And most of the places would be through our members.
Well, see, we got it right here on the website right in front of us.
Right.
You can't see that, but I'm not Vanna White. I can see it. It's your website, your email address, phone number, and call Linda at 256-591-3093. 256-591-3093. Call Linda and tell her you want one, or call me. My number's out here. We done run out of time.
Okay.
But I appreciate you coming on, Steve, and I hope we have the biggest parade we've ever had.
So
this
do
year.
I.
All right?
And they can also call me
I can call you. What's your number?
256-282-3102.
Call him about 3 o'clock in the morning, folks. Thank you again, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll see you. Come back. We're going to have another guest, and we're going to talk about something else that's happening on the Veterans Day. Stay where you are. Get you a pen. Be right back. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. Ken Rollins here, and I told you to have another guest, and this is part of the same celebration for Veterans Day. This event starts at 4 p.m., and the guy that's responsible for it is Don Hobden. He's the Let me make sure I get he's a dealer and the principal owner of the Kia stores in Rainbow City and in Anniston. And welcome to the show, Don.
Thank you, Steve.
I got to say something else. I didn't say the main thing. This is Veterans Issues, and you are a veteran.
I am.
And you're a special forces.
Yes, sir.
One of
I
them
was.
crazy ones. What in there? Did stuff you wasn't supposed to do to get back home safe.
Just did what I was told.
I'm amazed at people that do that, and I appreciate your service as a veteran. And
Thank
had
you.
no idea when we was talking the other day that you were a veteran. So one of the questions I wanted, this is an event that is happening at 4 p.m. that day. We got the ceremony at 11, we got the parade at 2, and then 4. You've got the event in Zen Park in Anniston.
That's
what is
right.
That, like 14th Street or something like that?
Yes, sir. One block off
Okay.
Noble.
So tell me about that event. What is it all about?
It is an event it's a free concert featuring a young singer-songwriter by the name of Kerry Degman, who has written several songs and just released his first album. But he specifically wrote a song called Pray for a Warrior in Pain. And he dedicates that song to all of the warriors who suffer from post-traumatic stress. A lot of people don't know it, but something like 22 veterans, active duty military, and first responders commit suicide in this country every day.
Every day.
Save a Warrior Foundation is dedicated to helping those veterans and active duty military to help them through that stress and to provide training and support. And when I found out about the charity, it's just something that kind of tugged at my heartstrings and something I wanted to get
Never heard
behind
of
and
it.
support.
The Wounded Warrior and things I've heard of, but I never heard of Save a Warrior.
Wounded Warrior deals with physical, bodily injuries and helps to rehabilitate warriors to make them productive in the work environment and in their homes. Save a Warrior deals with the wounds that we can't see.
All wounds are not visible.
That's
We
right.
talked about that.
And that's just something that's really dear to me. So
Well, I'm glad you did it because I talk about it on here all the time. That I've had people on here out of the Birmingham VA, and the suicide prevention and suicide thing is just a common thing. I said I don't want to talk about it, but I've had people on here about the hotlines and stuff. And I personally talk a few fellows off of the ledge every once in a while myself.
sure.
It is a real issue, but I think some of my Facebook friends get sick and tired of me putting that number 22 on there every day. But it's just a reminder
Yeah,
that
well,
your day may be going bad, or you may be having a great day. But 22 veterans killed themselves,
Yeah.
took their own life, and a lot of them, like you in the Special Forces, we talked a little bit about that. A lot of the stuff that we went through, got the big stuff behind us, and the little stuff is what caused them to go over the side, and people got to understand. And out in the break room, I got to know you a little bit, and one of the things is about got your back. You're the only person I've ever talked to that really understood what got you back means.
Yeah.
That I talk about when a veteran says they got your back, most times they do have your back, really. But this is about Save a Warrior now. Kerry Degman, is it Degman?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We got a little bit of a blip up in there in the control room, and I'll ask him to pull it up and let me know when it's ready, and we'll play. Okay, so they're telling me it's ready, so we're going to play a little bit of that and give people an idea what Kerry's all about. And what the Munsters got it for a minute, but they'll let me know when they got it back up there. But that's what happens we're live, but we're not. But anyhow, when Kerry, you said he's a songwriter, and let's go. They got it now. Let's try it.
He gave up everything to fight for your freedom, not for recognition. He knows you need him. The courage that got him there was enough to get him home. But now that he's back, he's never felt so alone. One is one too many, but everyday heroes take their own lives. Why doesn't anyone listen when a soldier cries? They're taking bullets for you, they've been through hell for you. They gave up everything, need a little help from you. You don't have to know
can tell you one thing, Don. There's a bunch of young women out there going to be showing up. They see this.
Well-
The handsome young man need a haircut, though, didn't he?
Well, he's going to entertain. The concert is from 4 to 8. He will actually entertain from like 4:30 to 6, and we're going to provide food and snacks and drinks. We are going to give away a 2-year lease on a new 2015 Kia Optima.
Look out, Elizabeth.
To have a chance to win the lease for 2 years, all you have to do is give a donation to jointhehelp.com, which will see that the money gets to Save a Warrior. And for every $10 entry, you get a chance to win the car.
Jointhehelp.com. Jointhehelp.com.
That's
Now, when
right.
they do that, do they get something back to show it to?
They will get a receipt for their donation, and then Save a Warrior will actually pull the winner at the end of November.
Okay.
We'll have the car and several other cars on display at the concert. And also during the month of November, for every new car that we sell between both stores, the Kia stores will donate an additional $100 for every car in the name of the person that buys the car. So,
If you're going to donate to Join the Help.
yes,
Man, I
in the
can't.
customer's name.
Do you know how that goes? Does it go to the families or does it go to the veterans? How does it get down there?
It goes to Save a Warrior, and
the
then
people that-
and then the money is used for training and medical help for the men and women that are suffering.
To have somebody that's on the other line when they need help, that's
right.
what they're going to do.
That's right.
That's a great thing. I had no idea that this was here, but I'm going to learn a lot more about it in months and years to come. It is a national organization.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah. Tell you what. And so would they come up there to Zen Park? The food is free, the entertainment's free. What else you got? Is it just entertainment and food? Are you?
Whether you donate or not, everything is free, and we would like all of the all of the public, the active duty military, police, firemen, retired military, veterans, everybody's welcome. This is a community-wide free concert, and we are honored to be hosting it and look forward to having a really good time. This young man is, as you said, not hard to look at, and he's very talented.
Yeah, and I hate people that can do all that stuff, man. we got to go to a break. I want you to stay over a little bit because I want to talk to you about some other stuff if you don't mind, if you got the time to do that.
Sure.
So we're gonna take a break here and go back. I normally go to news you can use, and I will go to some of that, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more with Don. So get you a pen, go over here, and let's write this number down: 256-624-9677. 624-9677. We're going to break. Be right back. Welcome back in. I thank Don for coming in and doing this show, and I'm going to go back to him here in just a minute. I want to remind you that on the 11th at 11 a.m. in Centennial Memorial Park in Anniston, that's when we have our Veterans Day ceremony. Now, I've got the fellows, the reenactors coming in from Birmingham that's going to, the guy I had on here a while ago was wearing Marine clothing that pretending to be he's a Marine. But we're going to raise, the reenactors are going to raise the flag just like they did at Iwo Jima, so you want to see that. And I got a young man named Alex Swindle. Those of you know Alex, kind of like being Tupelo, Mississippi in the 50s. He's going to be singing for us there along with the rest of them that's there. That's normally there. And then at 2 o'clock we have the parade. And then if we were talking about here from 4 p.m., we're going to go down to Zen Park for the concert down at the free concert. So make sure that you block off November the 11th to celebrate the veterans that served this country. Don't throw it, this is a time where you walk up to them at Walmart and say, I thank you for your service. This is a chance you can tell them all that you serve. And by showing up at the concert down there, you have shown that you support those that we talked about, the 22. Now, Don, when we went that while ago, we were talking about some other thing, but I need you to go about the Kia connection on here, whatever you was talking about.
Okay. I just want to make it clear that there is a new 2015 Kia Optima 2-year lease. Whether we get one donation or 1,000, we absolutely are going to give that lease away for 2 years.
So if I'm the only one that signs up, I get the
You get the car.
You said Optima?
Optima,
Wow. So
which is built right here in West Point, Georgia.
Really?
Yes.
That's great. It's fantastic. But this, and the cars, that's the car you're giving away. 'Cause you just said for 2-year lease.
Yes.
And that's well, what a dream for somebody out there to get something like that. Now, when did you first think about this? I mean, start pulling on your heart to say, I want to do something.
Well, I actually met Kerry in a cigar lounge in Louisville, Kentucky, with his manager. They were just there enjoying a cigar, as was I, and we started talking. And Kerry brought his guitar out, and he played "Pray for a Warrior in Pain." And I got to tell you, Steve, I had tears running down my cheeks. Being a Vietnam veteran, I'm not used to people giving back like that and devoting songs, and it really touched me. And I started talking to his manager, and he told me about the Save a Warrior Foundation, and I asked him how I could help, and he said, we'll come down and put on a free concert for you if you'll help raise money for Save a Warrior.
Oh,
So
man.
we've just been working together for the last 3 months or so, and this is what we've come up with. So we're really looking forward to Veterans Day.
We know where his heart is, don't we?
Yes, sir, we do.
Yeah, okay, that's awesome. That these young, I see a lot of young country music stars are doing that, paying tribute to but they do it by, we want to say hello and thank all those that serve, but here's somebody that's walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Yes.
At his expense to come out and do that. And then I'm going to try my darndest to get over there, because that's a big deal. And Anniston's just going to be loaded with veteran stuff. Is there anything else that I left off there in this last minute we need to talk about?
I would like to thank you and TV24 for having me on. I'd also like to throw out a heartfelt thank you to WCKA Radio,
Yeah.
who's doing a great job of helping us
You
to
know that
promote
my
the
niece and
concert.
nephew are doing that. They work out there.
Is that right?
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing a great job, and I know about that. Well, I appreciate you coming on and doing the show, and I'm going
Thank
to
you,
look forward to
Steve.
having you back on here again.
That'd be great. I'd
think
look
we can do
forward
that?
to it. I'd love to.
I'd love to have you back. We're going to
Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to take a break here, and I want to give my salute this week to all the people like Don and all the people that's in the committee over there that puts the parade on, goes out to all those that help Alabama Veterans. We'll see you next week here on Veterans Issues. Salute. You're gone.